Most men have no idea what they're doing inside a woman's body. They move fast, they chase pleasure, and they never understand why she stays quiet afterward. Because the part of her that craves the most isn't physical, it's emotional, psychological, spiritual. And when you reach that depth, you don't just give her pleasure, you take ownership. In this video, you'll unlock 7 forbidden positions, each one designed to bypass her words and rewire her nervous system. And if you follow every command, you won't just satisfy her, you'll make her your slave forever. This isn't sex, this is psychological seduction. And after this, you'll never touch her the same way again. Position 1, the soul mirror, missionary rewired. So when you enter her, you glide along the front wall, the home of the G-spot. Now you're not just penetrating, you're activating. Your chest presses into hers, your warmth surrounds her, your breath brushes her lips, and your eyes are locked on hers, still, focused, commanding. You don't just look at her, you read her. Your motion, slow, intentional, deep, never frantic, never mindless. Because now, you're not thrusting, you're guiding her nervous system. With every controlled movement, you awaken her G-spot. You stimulate her inner clitoral network, even without touching it. You apply rhythmic pressure to her pelvic nerve web. She doesn't know why, but her body begins to vibrate from the inside. Then comes the deeper trigger. Her breath syncs with yours. Her inhale becomes your exhale. Her moan mirrors your tension. Now, she's not just under you, she's inside your rhythm. And that's where it happens. Her body melts, her mind goes quiet, her feminine opens, like a flower that's been waiting for the sun. This is where the average man fails. He's too fast, too distracted, too goal-driven. But not you. You're still. You're tuned. You're inside her frequency. Use your tongue, not on her mouth, but on her neck, her earlobe, just beneath her jawline. These are emotional nerve zones tied to oxytocin release, the bonding hormone. Whisper, softly, with gravity. Say, there's nothing you need to do. I've got you. Let it happen. You're not demanding surrender. You're creating the conditions for it. Now slide your hand slowly between your bodies. Don't go for her clit directly. First, rest your palm on her lower belly. Apply gentle circular pressure with your fingertips. This awakens deep pelvic energy centers, heightens circulation, and pulls her even deeper into embodiment. She may cry. She may moan uncontrollably. She may say your name like a prayer. And when she does, you hold, you breathe, you stay. Because now, you're not having sex. You're conducting a sacred recalibration of her nervous system. This isn't missionary. This is reprogramming her blueprint of love, safety, and surrender. And here's the final secret. When you slow down, she speeds up. Her breath quickens. Her heart races. Her hips lift without her realizing. Because now she's no longer in control. Her body is guiding itself through your presence. Position 2. The primal throne, dark surrender from behind. This isn't doggy style. This is the erasure of control, a ritual of raw surrender beneath the illusion of chaos. And you are not a lover here. You are the architect of her collapse. She kneels, knees wide, back arched, spine bowed in unconscious offering. Her hair falls forward. Her hands tremble on the sheets. She doesn't know why. But everything in her body is preparing to be taken. You step in, not as a man, but as force. You grip her hips, not to guide, but to anchor her to the moment. Now slide inside, slow, thick, purposeful. No words, just breathe. Because the moment you enter, her mind starts to slip. This position doesn't just stimulate her body, it rearranges it. You're aligned with her A-spot, her posterior fornix, and the deep pelvic nerve complex that triggers emotional implosion when accessed at just the right angle. And now, you control the rhythm of her unraveling. But this is where amateurs lose the spell. They pound, they perform. You possess. Press your palm on the small of her back. just enough to force her hips down, to submit her spine. Now reach up, grip her hair, not yanking, just holding. A reminder that she's not choosing this moment. It's happening to her. Her breath changes, her hands flatten, her moans lose form. Because now you've triggered the neurological cascade, the one where dominance, depth, and delayed release short-circuit her ability to think. This is the moment she stops pretending, stops performing, and starts becoming. Now, freeze, mid-stroke, hold her, still, breathe. Let the silence drip like venom, then lean forward, so close your chest almost grazes her back, and whisper, "You're not in control anymore. You feel that? That's not pain. That's the good girl dying." Now return to motion, but slower, more deliberate. With each stroke, you're not moving her body. You're rewriting her identity. Slip your hand between her thighs. Slide your thumb to her clit, but don't rub, press, hold, pause. This forces a pleasure delay loop, a neurological trap where her body prepares for release, but never gets it. This builds pressure in her subconscious, not just her skin. It makes her crave not the orgasm, but the annihilation of resistance. Now introduce the final weapon, tension teasing. Grip the sides of her hips, pull her back onto you slowly. Let her feel every inch, but never give full thrust. This subtle denial, paired with depth and grip, convinces her nervous system that you are the only way out of this intensity. Her mind is screaming for release, but her body, begging to be held right there, forever. And here's the darkest secret. She doesn't want freedom. She wants permission to lose it. So say it, with stillness, with weight. "You can come apart now. I've got you. Don't fight it. Give me the part you don't show anyone." And when she does, it won't be an orgasm, it will be an exorcism. Her breath will shatter, her legs will collapse, her voice will shake, and her body will erupt like she's never known silence until now. This isn't sex. This is a submission ritual. And you are the priest of her undoing. This is the primal throne, where you don't just take her from behind, you take her beneath herself. Position 3. The throne of illusion. She on top, you in command. She thinks she's in control now. She's straddling you, legs wrapped around your waist, her hands on your chest, her body upright, poised like a goddess. But what she doesn't realize is that this position is an illusion, because the deeper she rises, the harder she falls. Let her move, let her lead, let her feel, for just a moment, like she owns the rhythm. Why? Because it's in that illusion of freedom that she lowers her defenses. She starts revealing herself, her pace, her breath, her pleasure. And the moment she does, you step into the real control. Now activate the body lock. Wrap your hands around her waist, slowly, like a trap closing in slow motion. You don't grip tight, you just anchor. Let her hips grind, let her feel like she's guiding. Then, change the game. Tilt your pelvis up, slightly, just enough to hit her internal walls at a new angle. You've now aligned with the lower cervix and anterior A-spot zone, triggering an emotional electric reaction she can't control. Her eyes flutter, her moan stutters, her rhythm begins to collapse. Now guide your hands, one on the back of her neck, the other at the base of her spine. Pull her forward, chest to chest, heart to heart. Her upright power crumbles, and now she's not on top. She's held, suspended, no longer the rider, now the ridden. This is the moment you strike deep, whisper in her ear, low and certain. "You thought this was yours, didn't you? But every time you move, you give me more of your power. Go ahead, ride it. I'll be right here, watching you lose yourself." Now bring your mouth to her neck. Breathe hot air against her skin. Kiss her slowly, but never where she expects. You're conditioning her body to respond to mystery, to unpredictable rhythm, to psychological teasing. And the more her body reacts, the more her mind lets go. Because true pleasure doesn't come from performance, it comes from surrender, wrapped in illusion. Now reach between you, not for the clit yet. Start at her belly button, trace downward. 1 inch at a time. Let her feel the delay. Let her nerves vibrate in anticipation. Then hover over her clit, not touching, just letting her feel the gravity of your presence. Now say, take it. But know this, the more you try to control it, the more I'll make you need me to finish it. This is the reverse leash. You gave her the throne, only to tie her to it. She thinks she's choosing the pace, but you're guiding her into a neuro-emotional breakdown from the inside out, because now, her breath, yours, her release, yours, her rhythm, a reflection of your stillness. And when her hips stutter, when her moans turn to broken syllables, when her body collapses onto yours, trembling, you don't move, you don't speak, you just hold her like a mirror, reflecting the chaos she never knew she was holding in. This is the throne of illusion, where she thinks she's riding you, but you're really riding her mind. And once she realizes that, she won't just want you, she'll need to be undone by you, again. Position 4, the deep gate, unlocking the sacred collapse. She lies before you, not just naked, but hollow, open, quiet. She doesn't know what she's asking for. She only knows she needs it to be deeper. So you give her what no man has dared, access, not to her body, but to the locked chamber inside her nervous system, where shame, longing, and surrender collide. You lift her hips, high, legs pressed back, knees nearly to her chest, her pelvis tilted like an offering to something ancient. Now you enter her, from below, not hard, not fast, but deliberate, like you're sliding a key into a vault, one that hasn't been opened in years. And when your shaft aligns with her cervix, her body doesn't react. It remembers. This is not pleasure, this is pressure, weight. And the weight is not physical, it's emotional gravity. You're pressing against the threshold between control and total collapse. And that's exactly where she wants to be. Not because it feels good, but because no one has ever dared to meet her there and stay. Now, hold. Just hold. Buried inside her, motionless, silent, unshakable. You're not a man anymore. You're an anchor. And the more still you stay, the more she unravels. Because what collapses her is not movement. It's the fact that you're not rushing to escape her depth. Now bring your hand to her sternum, just under the collarbones. Press gently. It's the emotional lock point. This pressure sends a message to her entire system. You are not floating anymore. You are being held all the way down. Then you speak. Not loud, not sweet, but slow and surgical. I'm not going anywhere. You can let it go now. I see it. I want all of it. Her eyes may close or stay wide open. She may sob or go dead silent. Perfect. Because now, you're inside the zone most men fear, the trauma-backed edge of her real surrender. Now move, but not like before. Not pumping, not thrusting. You pulse, just a few inches. Forward, back, forward, pause, forward. You're not trying to make her climax. You're creating a waveform of internal resonance. This stimulates the cervical ring, the sacral nerve bundle, and her deep parasympathetic surrender loop. It feels like pressure, like fullness, like release and grief at the same time. This is where the good girl dies, not by force, by permission. And now, you give her the final code. It's okay. You don't have to hold anything together in front of me. I want the part of you that no one's ever touched. Fall apart, and I'll still be here, inside you. At this moment, her body lets go of the grip it's had since girlhood. Her nervous system collapses into something more ancient than language. And when the orgasm comes, it won't be loud, it won't be dramatic. It will be a nervous system blackout, a trembling, a sob, a collapse into something that feels like death and resurrection at the same time. This isn't the deep gate because of how far you reach. It's the deep gate because you're the first to knock without fear. And when she lets you in, she doesn't come, she returns. Position 5, the edge throne, holding her in the fire. She's close now, not to orgasm, but to submission so deep, it terrifies her. And that's exactly where you want her. Because this position, it's not about pleasure, it's about denial, delay, tension, and psychological combustion. She's on her back, but this time, legs spread wide, flat on the bed. You kneel between her thighs, leaning forward, looking straight into her face. You're not thrusting, you're not even moving. You're watching her. You're letting your stillness torment her. And then, you enter. Slowly, just the tip. Hold. Back out. Again. Slightly deeper. Hold. You're training her nervous system to crave what you refuse to give. You're not teasing. You're rewiring desire. Now the commands begin. Whisper them. Dark. Steady. Not yet. You'll come when I say. You want to be a good girl, don't you? And when she moans, when she tries to move her hips, grab them. Hold her down, firm, not to hurt, to contain the storm. Now lock her wrists above her head, firm grip, no escape. Then lean close, lips brushing her ear, and say, "You're going to take exactly what I give you. Nothing more, unless you beg for it." This triggers the obedience loop. She's no longer trying to climax, she's trying to earn permission. This is the edge thrown, and every second you deny her, she sinks deeper into emotional slavery. Now, give her a few strokes, deep, slow, unbroken eye contact, then pull out completely. Wait, breathe, watch her twitch, clench, cry. Say it, tell me who you belong to, tell me what you need. She'll say it, not because she wants to, but because her body cannot take another second of being held back. Her orgasm is now bonded to your command. Add light clit pressure, just your thumb, barely there. Tease, don't give her the release, until she breaks, until she shatters. And then, lean in and deliver the final line. Now come for me, because I said so. The moment she does, it won't be one orgasm, it'll be a purge. A raw flood of sound, movement, collapse. And you don't collapse with her. You hold, you contain, you keep her safe inside the chaos you created. This is the edge thrown, where her pleasure is no longer hers, it's yours to grant. And once she tastes this, she will never, ever want a man who doesn't make her beg. Position 6, the mirror spell, where she watches herself fall apart. You bring her to the mirror, not a metaphorical one, a real one. The wall, the closet, the full-length portal where she's forced to see the truth. You're not going to just make her feel this. You're going to make her watch herself become it. Now position her, hands on the mirror, arms stretched upward, back arched, feet shoulder-width apart. You stand behind her, fully clothed or naked. Doesn't matter. Because right now, her reflection becomes your weapon. You enter her from behind. But this isn't like before. Now, you grab her by the throat, not to choke, to anchor her attention to what's in front of her, her own eyes, her own mouth, her own descent. Whisper, "Watch yourself. That's what you look like when you're finally losing the mask. Don't look away, that's the real you. Now move." Slow strokes, heavy impact. Deliberate rhythm that sends waves up her spine as her eyes betray her dignity. She's watching her moans, watching her blush, watching her body tremble, and loving how disgusting it makes her feel. Because you've awakened a hidden part of her, the part that wants to see herself be used, not disrespected, but devoured. Grip her chin, force her eyes to stay up. Now command, "That's you, the real you. Not the polished version, not the good girl. That's the one I want." Then go darker. You want to see what I do to you. You like watching your own obedience? Say it. Tell your reflection who you belong to. And when she does, the mirror is no longer glass, it's a portal. She's not just seeing herself, she's seeing her identity break. Now speed up. Grip her throat tighter, not to silence her, but to draw her voice out. Her moans now bounce off the walls, her legs shake, and her eyes never leave the mirror. Because in this moment, she isn't being taken, she's being unveiled. The orgasm that comes here, it isn't from friction, it's from exposure. And once she sees herself like this, there's no going back. She's not the girl who has sex. She's the girl who gets wrecked in front of herself and begs for more. This is the mirror spell, where her own reflection becomes your greatest tool of control. And once she's tasted what it's like to fall in love with the animal she becomes, she'll crave being put there again. Position 7. The God Seal, when her soul belongs to you forever. This isn't a position, it's a spell, a ritual, a sealing ceremony, because you're no longer here to make her feel good. You're here to mark her, permanently. She's kneeling, but not from instruction, from instinct. Her body bows, head low, back straight, hands resting on her thighs. She's not performing, she's presenting, because she knows what's about to happen will change her. You kneel behind her, not as her man, as her force. Hands trace her back, slowly, then stop at the base of her spine, and you say, I'm not here to take from you. I'm here to rebuild you, in my image. Now grip her hair, raise her head, so her throat is exposed, so her voice can no longer hide. Then enter her, not fast, not gentle, but with complete inevitability. You are no longer having sex. You are imprinting destiny. This position, her kneeling, you upright, hips locked behind hers. It aligns everything, the cervix, the spinal cord, the sacral chakra, the base of her identity. And with each movement, you're not thrusting, you're rewriting her programming. Now speak, not like a man, like a god who's waited lifetimes for her to return. I accept your chaos. I command your craving. You are not a woman tonight. You are mine, entirely. Now the pacing begins, not mechanical, not rhythmic, felt, driven by her gasps, her stumbles, her broken voice. You give her no time to think, because this isn't about logic, it's about ceremony. Now reach around, grip her throat again, this time with presence, not pressure. Whisper, this is the seal. From this moment forward, no one else touches this part of you. You've been taken by force, but held by something deeper. Then comes the break, not in her body, in her soul. She collapses forward, palms pressed to the floor, cheeks flushed, eyes wide, mouth open but silent. That's not surrender, that's conversion. She's no longer the woman she was. She's been rewritten by your rhythm, by your presence, by your breath. And when the orgasm comes, it's not release, it's initiation. She doesn't cry from the pleasure. She cries because she's never felt so deeply claimed, so completely known, so utterly wrecked and rebuilt at the same time. Now say the words that finish it. You can run, but nothing will feel like this again. Because I'm not just inside your body, I'm in your system now, and you'll come back to this moment. Every time another man leaves you empty, you withdraw, not fast, not slow, like smoke leaving a temple. You stand over her. She kneels, eyes closed, body still trembling, and you know she'll never forget this night, because she didn't just come, she was sealed. You thought this was about sex, but now you know the truth. These weren't positions, they were programs, and if you use them, not just once, but with precision, she won't just want you, she'll need you, obey you, come back to you, even if she swears she won't. So now ask yourself, are you the man who takes her body, or the one who owns her mind? If it's the second, subscribe to the Stoic Architect, return and prepare, because the next video breaks her completely.